in the building. Back in the building with another session of the Hood2Hooded Podcast. So come on in, tap those hearts. If you're watching on TikTok, our goal is 1K hearts. So go ahead and show that love, show that support in the chat if you are about positive vibes tonight. Hey, so we're talking about claiming your change tonight. Claiming the change, staying on task when life keeps testing you. Okay? So welcome back to the Hood2Hooded Podcast. I'm Dr. Sean, aka Dr. Chief the Sunflower, and today we are doing a reset. Reset family. I hope y'all had a wonderful day. I know I had a pretty decent day. Can't complain. So, you know, what does it mean when I say claim the change? Staying on task when life keeps testing you. This isn't going to be a long episode. This is just going to be a short 15-minute reminder for everyone trying to change their life while life keeps lifing. Because let's be real, it's one thing to say you want change. It's another thing to stay on task when you're tired, you're stretched, overwhelmed, behind, broke, building, breathing, burning, and still expected to show up. But that's where transformation happens, family. Not when everything is cute, not when the schedule is perfect, not when the money is flowing, not when everybody understands you. Dr. Chief the Sunflower, what's up, Tea Time Beauty? What's going on today, Queen? How you feeling on this wonderful Sunday night? I know you in Cali, right? So you're not as late there as it is here. I hope you're having a wonderful evening. Right? So we gotta move, even when it's not cute, perfect art. You know, the money is flowing perfectly. We have to move. And transformation happens when not everyone understands you. Yes, it is 8:16 p.m. here. Nice, that Cali time. I pulled an all-nighter last night. I'm resting today. What? Not an all-nighter. I remember that life. I used to work overnight in college. When I was at Florida State, I had a job working for Econo Lodge Hotel, and I did triples, study all night, stayed up all night. How was your weekend? Did you celebrate? Only thing I did was relax. You know, just peace this whole weekend. That was enough celebrating for me. That was enough celebrating for me. So yeah, relaxing and just like getting a massage. You know, this is celebration. You needed rest during all those years. Yes, 10 years being in the dental field. You know, seeing patients, treating patients, living in my dreams. Somebody wrote on Facebook today. They was like, they wrote a question: what would you do? What would you be today if you had followed your childhood dream? I'm like, dang, I did follow my childhood dream and it came true. It's pretty rare, and I'm just living in it. It has its ups and downs now. Like, can't hold you. It does have its ups and downs, but that's what we're talking about tonight. Sometimes transformations happen when you decide, I'm no longer going to sit here and let life consume my spirit. So sitting down, complaining, not moving, not growing, not dodging the bullets of life will wear your soul out. Living out your dreams inspires me to keep going and see your journey. Yes, you have no choice but to keep going. Like, I'm the receipt that it can be done. So many people before me came and prove to me that it can be done. So we just feeding off of each other. That's how positive energy works. You see someone living their dreams, you're like, I can do that too. I can do that too. I had that moment on campus at Florida State University. I had a classmate. She was pursuing dentistry. She was melanated beauty. And I'm like, dang, I never thought about that. So she sparked me to enter into this field. You know? So it's always going to be someone who can inspire you to take that next step. Right? Because at some point we have to get up and claim our change. So before we continue, make sure you subscribe, follow, share. Share this with somebody who is in their reset season. And grab our free Hood2Hooded starter kit. Hey. So this kit is for dreamers who know that they were made for more, but they need more structure, focus, maybe some starting points. So that link is in the bio, it's in the description, or in the pinned comment. Right? And it is free. So let's talk about what it means to claim your change. A lot of people say they want change, but they're still waiting for change to knock politely at the door. They're still waiting for it to be like, hey, it's time to change, versus you being in control of the change. Because guess what? Change doesn't always knock. Sometimes change requires you to kick that door down with discipline, of course. With your consistency, of course. Right? Sometimes that change requires you to stop explaining your dreams to people who were not assigned to build that dream with you, because everyone does not get it. Some people don't have to go through life experiences to get to the level that you are at. So you can't keep explaining your dream, your vision to other people. You just gotta go. Sometimes that change requires you to wake up when you're still tired. I call that dental school energy. Ask any dental student, oh, you're gonna get tested and your brain will be pushed to limits you did not know exist. You will be tired and sleeping at the school because you have so much material to absorb. And you're like, I know they don't expect me to do all of this, but they do. Your brain can do it. You just never push yourself that hard. So anytime I need to buckle down, I call that dental school energy. Anytime I need to focus overnight and stay up past, my bedtime and just push past the limit, that's like test season. You just gotta do it. Yes, I'm doing that right now. Well, I'm sending you prayers, Tea Time Beauty. Whatever your goal is, I promise you will knock it out. Just push past your limits, because many times that transformation you have to push past your limits is only temporary. I don't like being in dental school mode all the time. This is just like a period where you need that extra push. You know what I mean? Right? So sometimes, that change requires you to keep going, even when yesterday was messy. Yesterday might not have went the way you wanted it to go. But let me tell you guys something. The version of you that is waiting on perfect conditions, maybe the version of you that keeps you stuck. How many people are stuck waiting on the perfect conditions? They're like, I'm gonna do it when everything is perfect, when I got this, when I have, everything aligned. Once I finish the task, it feels so good. Yes, that's what it's about, finishing your task. Of course, you have this grand dream, but if you never start on no task, how do you expect to get there? Because if you fail to plan, then guess what? You plan to fail. And one thing I always want us to remember is that only 3% of dreamers have clear written goals. So it's rare if you're a dreamer. I'm not talking to everybody, because everybody ain't no dreamer. Everybody ain't focused. Some people fall down and get stuck and have every excuse for why they can't move forward. One of the main excuses is, I'm waiting for the perfect conditions. But let me just tell you guys, the perfect conditions are rare. Life is going to throw distractions your way. Life will throw delays your way. What else will it throw our way, guys? The bills, the fatigue, setbacks, spiritual warfare, oppression, other people's opinion, emotions, right? But your job is not to dodge every bullet that comes your way. People who are not for you, facts. You know they gonna come. Sometimes you might not be able to discern who is really for you and who is not. So you have to be careful. But your job is to keep moving with wisdom. Duck what you need to duck. Rest when you need to rest. Adjust when life requires you to adjust. And a lot of times you will have to adjust. I'm always adjusting. And it might be unexpected, or you might be expecting the adjustment period. But just know that if you're too comfortable, that means you might not be growing. But some people like to be comfortable in a place in life where they don't grow. They're just comfortable where they're at. Right? But we cannot lay down in the middle of the battlefield and call this fate. That's not fate. This is surrendering. So when you go from hood to hooded, you cannot surrender. That's why today you have to reset. Okay? You have to reset. Now you mentioned earlier, I feel so good when I stay on task. Two-time beauty. That's what we're going to talk about next. Staying on task builds the proof. Right? It builds the proof. You stay on task and you get something done. What do I mean by that? What you mean what I mean by that? That means that you are not a quitter.
Not around here, partner.
Nah.
Not around here.
Nah.
Not around here.
And for those people, tea time, when they try to stop your vision, try to block your vision mentally, physically, etc., you gotta tell them,
bye, Felicia.
Bye-bye, Felicia. Bye, Felicia. Okay? Because there is a different type of confidence that comes from staying on task. You feel it? This is when you're not talking about it. You're not planning it forever. You're not posting about it. You're just doing it. Even if the task is this big. Even if the task requires you to stay focused for 15 minutes a day. Even if you want to have a health challenge. You say, I'm going to do it for 20 minutes a day. Even if you start a website and it's not perfect. Or you starting a business and it's not perfect. It's still forming. Right? Every time you complete a task, you stay on task, you create the proof. What proof, you might ask? Proof that you can trust yourself. Proof that you are not the same person who quit last time. Right now, guys, I'm going through that right now. Trying to complete a consistency challenge where I'm showing up consistently. I've been trying to do it for a year. And I failed because what? Life happens. Life can always prevent you from being consistent. This is why you must fight. I'm happy I started this challenge because it's growing me. I'm meeting awesome people, but I'm also learning so much about myself. Like, dang, Dr. Sean, like, you really struggle with consistency, you know? But it's better to know your weakness than to think that you don't have a weakness and you can't figure out, what am I missing? Oh, that's what I'm missing. So it's a skill that we must work on every single day. So every time we stay on task, this is proof. Proof that we can trust ourselves again. Tea Time Beauty says, I am learning. Love loves me. What's up? Progress over perfection. Facts. Right? So when you complete tasks and you show up for yourself, this is proof that your dream is not just this emotional roller coaster where you hop on, hop off, you have to restart over. This is proof that you really mean business. This is proof that your dreams are actually becoming a system. Because one thing we must know is that, emotions can't carry us every day. Some days you're going to feel inspired. Some days you're going to feel deep. Some days you might not feel deep. Some days you might not feel powerful. But this is the days you still show up and say, I am here. It might not be perfect, right? Because you got to do progress over perfection. And sometimes the I am here, I'm showing up for my dreams, that's enough to keep your seed alive. I always go back to the dental school time period because that's 4 years of no break for real. Even when you get a break, you feel like you should be studying. It's like that. It's like, dang, I gotta study something because it's just too much to know. So I can't waste no time because somebody right now is studying. They're gonna be ready. It's kind of like you gotta stick with your classmates because your classmates some beasts. Like they don't play around, so you can't play around. You can't be the slacker. Me right now, continuing education credits. Yes, I love that. Because we are lifelong learners, right? That's what it means to be hood-to-hooded. You are a lifelong learner. You forever learning. You never like say, you know what, I'm done learning and reading. I'm just comfortable. But some people do that. They be like, I'm done reading and learning and growing. I don't want to do nothing but this one task for the rest of my life. I'm done. But if you a dreamer, somebody who is going to activate their dream, that means you're taking those courses, you taking credits, you learning more about your industry, whatever that is. And then every time you show up and you stay on task, remember this is the proof that you need to trust yourself to keep showing up again. Every time I show up, I feel proud. Because it's like, you know what? I could have quit today. But I've been there, done that already. That's why history taught us that narrative is power. Because we have to connect this to the history lessons we've been studying all week. And one thing these lessons have let us know and has made it very, very clear is that whoever controls our narrative, they control our memory. Right? They influence the future, the youth, for generations to come. So I'm always an advocate for history because I know that it matters. Not just the dates, not just the documents that we read, not just, oh, this is an old book. We have to know that history is not dead. History is instruction. If people can control the story, they could control, how people see themselves. Right? They can control how you move, your emotions. They can make strength look like a weakness. They could pull up history repeat itself. They can make intelligence look like it's absent, and we've been reading that in the religious instructions of the Negroes. They try to make everything look like, oh, they don't know why things are happening. But history, it does kind of repeat itself because the system keeps repeating itself. Evil keeps growing and not being eradicated, right? Because the people who are controlling the history are not learning. That's why the Pope comes out and he apologized. That's not enough. For me, it's definitely not enough. That's not enough. But these are steps. Something is happening. A change is being made. So they can make our intelligence and our strength look like weakness, or they can try to make ownership disappear. They can try to make survival look like it's inferiority. And many times they try to make us forget who we are by renaming us, redirecting us, rewriting our story. This is why we must study. So when the enemy comes in your space, you got the armor, the shield of knowledge and wisdom, so no one can attack your spirit. They can't say nothing to you. They can't try to use a slur to bring you down because you're becoming emotionally intelligent. So even when you're the only one in the room that looks like you, you still feel confident because you know who you are. You know what your ancestors fought for. You know where you came from. And you know you have the DNA and the genetic code that make you glow. Am I lying or nah? When the sun hits your skin, it glows. You can't even play with yourself.
We don't chase lights.
What? We are light.
We glow.
Better let them know that we glow. Right? You gotta let them know that we glow. Like, who y'all playing with? Alright? So this is why we study. This is why we read. This is why we question everything. This is why we build our own platform. Because we have to own the narrative so that no one else can package up our life and sell us a version of our life that keeps us small, that keeps us this big. This is why financial literacy isn't taught in high school. This is why ownership isn't taught in, grade school. This is why it's like a prison, a school to prison pipeline, because they don't teach this stuff. So this is personal. Because you can't package me up and put me in a little box. My favorite quote that I probably say every day, Frederick Douglass: knowledge makes me unfit to be a slave. Right? So the lessons we've been covering this week, they're, it's personal, it's spiritual, it's entrepreneurial, it's about being creative, it's even about dentistry, generational legacy, generational wealth. Because if they control our narrative, they control the future. But when we become disciplined, we start to document, teach ourselves, build one another up, publish things, right? Speak, organize our future. Guess what happens? We grow as a collective. Fearless. So the daily work that you're doing matters, guys. If you're showing up for yourself and it seems a little tough, it matters. When you're journaling and you're writing down your thoughts, this matters. That email list you're building, that matters. Your oral hygiene habits, it matters. All of it matters. It's about balance. Your business systems matter. Systems is something we're going to go deeper into this year as we dive deeper and deeper into the podcast topics. Your family story, where you come from, your history, trauma you face, the obstacles you overcame, all of this stuff really matters. How you heal from that matters.
But the Creator was
I feel like I've been healing from my mom passing away at 7.5 years old for my whole life. And it's something that I'm always going to have like a wound. No matter if I'm like 60, I feel that never really heals, but you have to adapt, adjust. So that healing truly matters. The mental healing, life that you're living right now, everything you're going through, even the good, the bad, it all matters. And one thing that I'm really seeing when it comes to going from hood to hood is that consistency truly matters. And it's not easy. That's why everybody can't do it. Because everyone can't be consistent. Just can't. Right? We're not just consuming stories anymore. We are creating records. So create records. Go get those degrees. Go stand on business about yourself. A stat just came out recently, and I think this stat has been there, that melanated black women hold the title for having the most degrees. That's not to be overlooked, overshadowed, because we were once a segment of the population that wasn't allowed to get a degree or start a business, or you know what I mean? So just to see that come out and to be a part of that, it makes me proud. Shout out to the queens holding it down, right? Yeah, she said yes. Show out, let them know. Gotta let them know
I have arrived.
I have arrived. Right? Got one more. Okay. So we have arrived, Queen. To our chiefs and kings out there. Hold it down. See you. Right? Let's dive into an oral hygiene reset for the week. Back to the tree, which is my heart. Reset is not just mental. We have to think about a physical reset as well. One of the simplest ways to get back into routine is to say that I am still worth caring for. And how you care for your mouth really tells how you care for yourself. I could tell if someone is really serious about their overall health just because of the way they care for their teeth, right? Because teeth are very important. Once you just let the teeth go, everything else kind of crumbles apart. So oral health has to also be a part of our discipline. And no, it doesn't have to be perfect, because even small daily habits protect your teeth from cavities, expensive dental treatments. So today's reset is really, really simple. I just need y'all to brush 2 minutes tonight. 2 minutes tonight. And floss. Clean your tongue. Some people skip that step. Brushing your tongue or using a tongue scraper. Drink some water before bed. No juice, no soda, none of that. Look at your gums. Do a light evaluation. She said, I can do that. Okay. Thank you for following. Don't brush our teeth tonight. If your gums are bleeding after you floss, if they're swollen, this is a sign. You have halitosis. You got some odor going on. This could be a sign of something deeper going on. And this one right here, guys, if your teeth are sensitive, sensitivity, pain, hot to cold, these are signs that something is wrong. It's not normal. So you should not be sensitive. Ice cream, sensitive. You drink something hot, it's sensitive or painful. This is a sign. So the earlier you go to figure out why your teeth is talking to you way, the cheaper your treatment may be. Because maybe it's just a feeling. Get the feeling. It's not going to be ever cheaper than that. If you don't get the feeling, then it's something. Mouth is talking to you. You're going to reset this week. Gums are bleeding. That is not normal. Have a toothache. It keeps coming back. This is not something that you play with. Thank you for liking and tapping those hearts. Love loves me. Tea time beauty. You have a sore in your mouth. This is another thing that is not normal. You want to go get it checked. Oral cancer is very deadly. And the earlier you find it, this increases your outcome. This increases the possibility to save your life. But if you wait, very aggressive, then throat your all types of stuff. I'm not trying to be scary, but just make sure you don't ignore. Your body always gets wrong. I mean, maybe not with the heart, because that, like, different heart conditions can be like the silent killer. Normally with the mouth, it's going to tell you something is wrong, right? Like, it's going to tell your story. Bleeding, pain, that can tell a story. But if you take care of your teeth, this could be a great story, because some people who come in and they haven't been in a while, but they do their oral hygiene to perfection at home, and maybe they haven't been in. Maybe they had some financial issues, but they still had the discipline at home. They have great outcomes when they come to the dentist. But if you just give up and just stop brushing, stop flossing, it's going to be bad news. Are you listening to your mouth today, guys? I hope so. I hope so. So here is, this is today's reset energy. Stop waiting to feel ready. Stop waiting for life to calm down for you to get in line. Stop waiting for anybody to understand you. Stop waiting for the perfect version of yourself to arrive. If I had waited for the perfect version of myself to arrive, think that I could cross the stage, I probably would have not been where I am today. Because every part of this journey, at least my journey from Hood to Hooded, has been imperfect. It's not been like, oh, she had the perfect this, the perfect. No. It's been totally imperfect. Which is why I'm a receipt that if you have any obstacles, you can still do it. You know? You can still do it. So stop waiting on that perfect version of you to arrive. Version of you that changes your life is not always the most. Sometimes that's the version that's tired, it still moves. Sometimes that version of you is scared as hell, but you still speak up. Sometimes that version of you is grieving. For the majority of my life, I've been in a version of myself that has led with grief. Even though I'm ambitious and a dreamer, I lived a certain couple of decades with grief leading the way. You know? But I was still building. You can still build. Sometimes you have a version of you that you living in right now. You have 10 reasons to quit. You got 10 reasons. You might have 100 reasons to quit. All you need to do is find that one reason why you must keep going. For me, my one reason why I kept going, my mama told me I was going to be a doctor when I was a little girl. Gave me that confidence before she passed away. So I just held on to that one reason. Regardless of the custody battle, regardless of the jail visits, to see father, regardless of what was going on, regardless of not having the best setup going to school, or just facing my teenage drama, or just all of the experiences and the mistakes that I made. I had to find one reason not to quit. So tonight, or if you watching this, I need you to find one reason, not 10, just one. That's how you put past your limits. Not by pretending that it doesn't hurt. Not by denying the pressure, because remember, if you're a diamond, the pressure is required. You can't be a diamond. You can't sit with the diamonds talking about you didn't go through no pressure. Because part of the process to become a diamond is to go through the pressure, the ugly phase. Phase where you just like can't really even see clearly. Right? So we are deciding that pressure is not the end of our story, because we are diamonds. In this season, we're not just surviving, we're becoming organized, getting more disciplined, more consistent, wiser by the day. We're getting harder to distract. We always talk about those distractions, but it's getting so hard to distract you in your winning season. So I need for us to become the type of person who can carry the future that we've been praying for. A lot of us are living right now in things that we prayed for in the past. I know for me, I'm living right now in things that my family prayed for, I prayed for, and now I'm into a place where I have to dream bigger, keep the dream going. I can't just stop here. You can't just stop here. Like, okay, you met this goal. What's next? What's next for you? Are you staying in the version of your life that is sometimes tired but still makes moves? Are you? Are we? So that's the message for today. Claim change that you need to elevate higher. Own your own narrative. Don't let nobody write your narrative for you. Not history. Not the colonizer. Not people who don't believe in you. Don't let them write your narrative. Protect your health and stay on task. Right? Stay on task. So make sure you guys subscribe, share this episode, download our free Hood2Hooded starter kit. My light just died, so that's a sign. Dr. Sean, aka Dr. Chief the Sunflower. We going from your hood to your future. Okay. What's up, Golden Goddess? Hey! We're going from our hood future today. Said thank you.
We don't chase.
Hey. All right. So I'll be back tomorrow. I'm trying to be consistent, y'all. So thank y'all for showing up, staying part of the tribe. We just making big changes around here. Just trying to level up every single day. So when you see me show up, it's me showing up when I think things aren't perfect. I feel like, dang, I can have this, I can have that, but you just gotta show up and get it done. Talked earlier about staying on task. So if you want to claim the life that you deserve, you want to claim the change, stay on task. Even when life be life.
My spirit untamed. Stand on my crown, I remember the flame. Before they rewrote it, before all the change. Puppets on skin, yeah, shimmer, speak. Every ray hit different, it's power, not weak. They tried to erase, but the truth never sleep. Now we rising again, yeah, the cycle complete. Feel it in my bones, I don't gotta pretend. Light in my spirit, it don't gotta end. Sun in my face, now I'm all again. We ain't lost, we just found it in. Oh, we glow. Let them know. Sun hit the skin, watch the whole vibe glow. We glow.
All right, we glow. So y'all know TikTok, our goal is 1K hearts. Before I get out of here, let's see how many
ocean
hearts
reflecting
we got.
that light on my knees. Living in truth now.
8.5K.
Yeah, the vision divine. They can't define.
I try never leave me hanging, and that's why I love y'all.
Yeah, the stars all align. Sun, don't lie. Feel it on your skin, that's your truth inside. Ooh, glow, don't lie. Everything you are, you don't gotta divide it. Better let them know. Let them know. Hands to the sky, let the whole world know. We glow. Let them know.
All right, y'all. I will see you guys in the morning. I'm gonna get off of here so that I can show up tomorrow.
Remember.
And yeah, this has been a great little session. I love you guys, and I will holler at you later. Thank you to my friends and sisters on TikTok. Golden Goddess, Tea Time Beauty, Love Loves Me. Mwah.
They told us heaven
Good
was
night,
far,
ladies.
but the creator was in the water, in the wind, in the copper skin, and the songs our grandmothers hummed when nobody wrote their names down.
Yo.
Remember now.
Yo.
They came with papers in their hands, but blood was on their sleeves. Said they brought salvation down while they were taking land and sea. They changed the names our mothers gave, then called our roots of sin. Told us by our heads so low, we forgot the sun within. They built a house and called it holy, but like the truth outside, taught us shame in borrowed language, then baptized every lie. But the river still remembers, the red clay knows our feet. The tree still whispers stories that the colonizer couldn't keep. And the drum beneath the silence never died inside our chest. They could steal a lot of things, but they couldn't steal what's blessed. They put a book